It's Candace, and welcome to another episode of Cutting Board Flights. Thank you so much for joining me, and if this is your first time, please hit the subscribe button below. Now, this week we are going to make bosop shot, which is a flatbread that is very popular in Trinidad and eaten with curries like chana aloo that I made in a previous video. So I'm going to start with the paratha roti, which is a flatbread that actually originates from India. Now, towards the end of the video, I will go into a little bit more detail about lamination as well as chemical leaveners that apply to the product that I'm making today. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. guys, okay, so I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and it's a lot of fun, so you gotta try it out and let me know what you think of making your own bosopshot, because it's delicious. All right, so let's go into the science just a little bit. So the two topics that we're going to discuss are lamination as well as chemical leaveners. So you saw when I was making a dough, we flatten it out, and then I apply a little mixture of oil, shortening, and butter, and then I take the dough, fold it on top of itself a couple of times in that little semicircle, and then roll it out, repeat it a couple of times. So what I'm doing is basically creating these layers of fat within the product. So keeps going, right? Now the fat is going to provide a couple different functions in this particular product. So one is going to impart flavor, the second is going to impart tenderness, and lastly it's going to give flakiness. And the flakiness is going to come about because you now have all these different layers of fat and dough, and I did sprinkle in a little bit of flour, and that's to create a little barrier in that product, and that's going to contribute to the flakiness. Now there are different types of laminated products, and if you have not had a paratha roti or bosopshot, you probably already eaten it. So an example of another laminated product that is quite popular is croissants. So there's croissants, there's Danish, there's puff pastry, and it's pretty much the same principle, slightly different technique, but the same principle of dough, fat, and dough that continuously laminates to create those nice beautiful layers. Now the second point we're going to discuss are chemical leaveners. Now we use baking powder within the recipe, and baking powder is pretty much a collection of different chemical leaveners. Now depending upon the country that you're in, it's going to determine which chemical leavener may be more common for you. Now in the US, sodium bicarbonate, which is going to be my base, is actually more common, and in the UK, potassium bicarbonate is actually more popular than sodium bicarbonate. And the last one that is not as common in the US or the UK is ammonia bicarbonate. And now you're going to have those base that's going to be combined with different leavening acids. Now there's a whole list of leavening acids, excuse me, and they're going to have a different function. But in a nutshell, what's going to happen with your baking powder is you're going to have your base, you're going to have your acid, they're going to come together and they're going to generate carbon dioxide. This is what's going to contribute to the volume of the baked product itself. And now with our paratha roti, before it becomes a bosopshot, we have these layers of fat and dough, which is going to give it this nice tenderness, and you have that chemical leavener that's going to give you that nice little pop of volume, and that's needed because the roti is on the griddle for literally like 2-3 minutes. It's not on there very long, so you need just a little bit of boost. So how does that relate to something that you're probably already eating? Think about pancakes. So pancake mix always has some type of chemical leavener in it, and that's because it's going to give you the volume that makes the pancake nice and fluffy. If you didn't have it, it'll be pretty much a flat little cracker, which does not sound too appealing when you want to put butter and maple syrup on it, right? So I hope that you guys enjoyed this little science tidbit, and if you have any other questions or you want to look at some other topics in the future, please let me know. I've actually received a few requests right now, so I have some things cooking in the works for you guys. And with that said, I will see you next week. All right, bye.